Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is Monday morning. Monday morning. You know what that means, right? Yeah, you gotta get up, gotta deal with your daily life and figure what's going on, right? Yeah. Some people like it, some people hate it. You figure which one you are. Right? Okay. So, well, first of all, I'm glad to say that Grizz got at least, as of last night, he had $2,400 in donations for his dog's physical surgical care. So I'm really happy hearing about that. The fact he's got the money to give the vet. Of course, you can bet the vet's gonna be going with the money. The morning show, morning dose of reality. You don't need a mini Mac. You need a. Yeah, you know what? Who knows? A Roth IRA might be an idea. It's what everybody's ideas are. Actually, right now, what I'm going to do is, when I get paid this week, is unfortunately my wallet should be drained because I got to go ahead and might as well ahead of time, give the screw their money ahead for the electric bill, which will probably make them very happy. Yay! How about 160 something bucks? Connecticut latent power. Ever screw? Yeah, you can have your money, and we'll definitely have a few weeks credit, any month's credit. I've been paying them $140 a month, so I'll pay them early, and that way we will be able to have all extra money in the bank for the beginning of next month, and we won't have to worry about any late fee. As far as people say the spastic show, no, there's no spasticity here. I have Asperger's. I do have my little fidget spinners kind of thing. Okay, it happens to be my fingers, but that's good enough. The show, of course, is alive. Now, there's a few things I still am learning about this Stream Deck. For example, I supposedly can program it to do all this manual stuff here. Except I haven't figured out how I'm supposed to switch it to different windows. To post the donate link, the Discord link, and then open up the panels, and then get those ready to go, because they, it just takes a lot of work to do all that. But basically, it's a step in the right direction. Let's turn the panel on here. No, we're not doing phone calls this morning, please. Okay, we did phone calls last night, though. Certainly did. We did, yeah. We got good calls. We had a couple of valid ones. Couple calls. I kind of wonder, what was the person really asking the questions they asked? They were just a little bit unusual. Yeah, the distance relationship one was interesting, and definitely something that FedEx would love. First of all, the whole idea of a man in a distance relationship, her girlfriend's across the country, he wants to get pregnant, wants to know how he's supposed to transport his spermatozoa across the country and keep it fresh for in vitro fertilization. May sound strange, but it's not impossible to do that. You know, people can do it. People have found other ways to do a variety of things. 14 people? Wow. No likes? Come on, guys. Give me a break. We're just getting started. But come on. Give me a few likes. So I'm still going to be configuring up the Stream Deck to do things better. Oh, yes. By the way, Stream Deck. Somebody created a Stream Deck profile for StreamYards. And I don't usually use Stream Deck. StreamYards, but I'm also on Streamlabs. Unfortunately, I don't know how the Streamlabs dashboard works with Stream Deck. I tried to test my dono buttons and stuff, and it didn't work. So, but that's probably because I'm still learning the thing. Thanks to Brian PC. Absolutely, Brian PC sent us on my wish list, the Elgato Stream Deck, the 15-button one, which is one I had on my wish list, which makes it possible for us to automate a lot of the operations here. I won't bore you all the details, but here's the more exciting part. You can change cameras. You can look at the street. There's the street right there outside. This is this camera. This is this camera. And of course, this is this camera. Along with the intros, outros, test patterns. Yeah, makes it a lot easier for us. We can do things. Now all I gotta do is just learn how to do animations, and then we could start really seriously popping the place up. Now, by the way, the intro and outros were created by Wiggy. She created the intros and outros. I'm not exactly sure what she used. I know she mentioned this stuff to me once before. But I don't remember. How you doing, Jimmy? Jimi. Jimmy the hobo. Okay, not Jimmy the landlord. That would be kind of annoying, right? Imagine my landlord is a hobo. Although, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. Actually, my landlord does actually live in the building in one of the storm fronts downstairs. Even though he has an apartment, he never finished fixing his bathroom because he has money that he don't have and maintenance guys that he don't have always available to him to fix it up. So, obviously the little stingers, we're going to get some more of those little stingers. I just added 3 right now. Plus, on top of that, Apple had a huge collection of stingers in the original iMovie iLife package from my Power PC. I wonder if those can be exported into from my Power Mac G5 to here, so we can use some of the Apple branded stingers. The Mac Mini is still a thing, guys. I still plan on that in the month of September. So this month we are doing pretty good. For the middle of July, we have already made up to $122. $122 so far in the month of July. So that's a combination of donations and, of course, you watching the advertising, which makes it possible for us to continue the program and upgrading things as we go. And yesterday was a nice day to sleep in. I did sleep in. I slept in good, slept in long. And then, of course, I knew my package was coming from Amazon because Brian PC told me about it. And so I went downstairs, and there it was. I got really excited, brought it upstairs, set it up. And it really does make my life a lot easier because maybe I don't have it set the most fastest way possible. But, you know, when you're legally blind, registered blind, you have to adapt things to work for your abilities or lack of abilities. Thank you very much, Convid. Anybody? Nobody complains about your show. No one's been complaining about the show. Well, either way, welcome to the show. In the weather forecast today is going to be warm and not exactly cool. Anyway, I was looking at Nutty's channel, Nutty. Nutty. He's one of the big streamers. I mean, he's one of the big guys. He's kind of what I want to be. He's got 6 cameras set up in the studio at various places, showing his various items, articles, using OBS, and a lot of add-ons to his OBS that I'm going to be trying to upgrade my stuff and come up with some new scenes, more exciting ones. This is going to take a while to do all this because it's been sizzling hot. I wish I had this ton of bacon in a frying pan, but you know what I'm talking about. In fact, it was so hot, a country singer in a concert in Hartford on Sunday night, I believe it was, actually kind of quickly ran off stage because he was going into heat stroke. I hope he's okay. It's been very oppressive lately across the United States. And you can bet the utility companies have been very excited because they are realizing they're making a huge amount of money. And people are going, well, what's it going to empty? Every time they go ahead and they have to pay out for that huge electric bill for running their air conditioning. And I can just tell you that's not exactly cool for them either. Just be aware of that. So, it's just been a really, really rough summer so far. I think the summer steward is a little more on the ball. I'm glad we dodged a bullet with the rain. It wasn't quite the atmospheric river that was predicted for at least Connecticut anyway. More just the standard flash flooding thing. No repeat of the 1955 flood that basically drowned most of downtown Winston in water levels in the Mad River overflowing its banks. That was back before we had the two coffer dams, the Mad River Dam and the Colebrook Dam, which made a big difference for keeping Winston from becoming a wet, soggy city. But it still was really wet on Sunday, but it wasn't as bad. So the good news is, like I said, no one suffered power failure. Nobody really suffered undue travel delays, at least for most people. And we dodged a major rain soaker of 8 inches of water an hour. Thank goodness. We were spared the worst. And right now we have 20 people on here. Wow. I'm just starting the day. And we got 20 people on here, which is amazing. Amazing. I mean, that's a huge number of people on the show in the morning. Panel for those who have the special link is open. One day we're going to have the public panels open as well. Now, everybody's saying to me is, would you ever consider signing up for StreamYards as well as having OBS? And maybe. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how that would work. Because already the space heater of Mac Pro is seriously throwing enough BTUs at me just every morning I come in here. If I didn't have a window fan blowing on me and the computer, both me and the computer would be kind of mutually overheating each other because I absorb heat like a sponge and the computer basically makes heat like a very, very overactive athlete sweating his digital balls off. So it's just a really weird combination. That the Snow Queen is set in front of basically the equivalent of a potbelly stove, throwing 950 watts of heat per hour is insane. I can just tell you that is a lot of BTUs, guys. A lot of BTUs going out, hitting us. I'm just going to check something on the computer here. Because there's one thing that YouTube does to me every day, and that is that you will notice that they will actually give me limited no ads. No one knows why until I request review, and then I request review. Then they say after 10 or so times in a positive review, your review value should go up. So it's allowing you to quickly and easily get ahead in the show. But it doesn't seem to work that way with live streams for some reason. As I said, I've contacted other YouTubers. They see the same thing. It's just something YouTube is doing. Maybe YouTube is looking, has an attitude because they want to make sure that the shows are not, in the live shows especially, that they get crazy and they totally go off the deep end. I mean, that's why they're doing that, is they don't want to see that kind of event happen. That's why they're probably just limiting no ads on the videos. But I think it's kind of a disappointment because it's like, just really just makes you struggle to deal with that. So, Cassandra living out and Alba Crazy said, "Good morning, Jimmy. How you doing? How you started? Good morning. Panel's open, by the way. If you want to come on up." Noodles did a morning show involving talking about a contest among at least 3 women regarding breast size. Now I'm on that. Apparently, the main lady has had breast augmentation, so it's like, oh, excuse me, but that's kind of not a fair contest. I mean, I'm natural. I'm not artificially augmented, so it kind of makes me feel like I'm gonna lose. Well, her breasts are nice and professionally made. Well, either saline or silicone implants. Mine are just natural, and this kind of sucks. You should lower your bit rate because your video is choppy. Yeah, it's a little hard to do that when you're live, honey. I switched to 720p because last night it streamed to 640 by 360, and that was fine. But Honest and Frank was like, "Oh, we like it when you stream at 720p," and I'm like, "Oh, well, okay, fine." Streaming 720p is a doable thing. Why am I recording on this thing? I must have hit the record button by mistake. Turn that off there. I don't need that on. Turn off the record button. Okay. Well, I mean, I could record it, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. I just got kicked out of a funeral earlier. Apparently, it was invitation only. You'll win. Maybe. I will say one thing, though. It would be very interesting if the contest was also open for men. I'd like to see that, because I know some men get big muchachas and they may not talk about it. But, you know, I feel bad if a guy enters the contest and despite his natural his natural breasts, and all of a sudden he's trying to compete against the girls and, can't win. But I've seen some big guys with them, very big ones, because it's called gynecomastia, and some guys don't care. I mean, okay, so I gotta wear a bra, big deal, it's okay with me, Some guys are like that. They don't care. It's just, by the way, gynecomastia is actually caused by the medications often, and sometimes even by heredity. Bitrate and script resolution. I know what bitrate is. Unfortunately, I can't change the bitrate right now. I'm streaming at 760 kilobits per second, guys. I'm on DSL. I have to do what I got. I do have T-Mobile. But T-Mobile is, I'm talking about for my my backup internet is my T-Mobile, my hotspot. But that's, it's not really that much better. And I'll be honest with you, right now in the daytime, when everybody's out there in T-Mobile land and streaming, Instagram, TikTok, sending out pictures and stuff like that, the bitrate can go right to the floor. That's why reason I don't stream with T-Mobile, because with Frontier, I got a static, I got a direct fractional T1 access of 25 megabits per second down and 1.5 megabits per second up. That's right, 1.5 megabits per second up. Streaming 720p is as best as you're gonna get. looking better at the moment. Yeah, maybe because I had a couple windows open. I am still getting a little warning about our rate according to YouTube. YouTube, I don't want to see this. You're not getting enough data to maintain post smooth stream, so it's new. Open the widget. I don't want to open a widget. I just want to see my stream. So yeah, just let's see. So how is T-Mobile doing today on the T-Mobile side of the network when we're back up stream network? Let's see. According to stream test, they're doing better at about 2 megabits per second, down 3 megabytes per second. Oh, now it's going up. Okay, so right now that's going down, going up. It's about the same speed as my T-Mobile or my Frontier, so it's not really that much of a difference. But it says, according to them, that I should be able to stream even at 1440p. Yeah, right. Wish you luck. Let's fix my underwear here. Ugh. Anyway, so let's see. Is breast milk nice in coffee? I have no idea. During the formula shortage, if I was lactating, I could have donated some breast milk to the breast milk banks. But right now I'm not, so because I don't have any children, so. Let's see what happens. Okay, so just give me the time and location. Okay, Leah. Leo, when Leo knows, I'm sure she knows. Check mine for private shows only. If you want to see me topless in my Discord, in the adult artwork porn section, you will see me topless. I put that up. Just gonna be honest with you guys. This is I'm still learning how to tweak some of the stuff up here. Now, as far as using StreamYard, a lot of people like StreamYard because it makes things simple for interviews, and it does. Maybe in the near future we'll set that up. Yeah. Well, donate 3? Oh, sorry, I meant to say Discord, but I might as well say donate 2, right? So, please check out the Discord, guys. This is a fantastic place where you can find out and be part of community of people that share ideas, thoughts, music, news articles, and that's what makes the show good. It's not so much the show itself. The show is kind of like a summary of what's going on. But if you want to get in the face, raw, unaltered news, views, and information, I hope you can use. Please do check it out. It's free, and it's very simple. We do not have automatic verification software. I manually verify everybody. So if you come to me or introduce yourself, or even if I see you walking around on the Discord for a while and I don't see you do anything surprisingly nasty, I will go ahead and give you your verification badge. Yes, actually he has. In person. Actually, one day he came over. I wasn't quite dressed yet. I was in my nightgown. And he could see me completely. My bra kept slipping down like this top does. And you could see my boobs sticking out. He saw me naked when I was sleeping next to him in the hotel when I was over his house. So yes, he has seen me topless. And also in his house. I was at his house in New Jersey for one night. And I slept on the same bed he did. We didn't do anything fresh, just slept on the bed. Oh, that hotel was a disaster. If I was hotel management, I would be embarrassed. I really would be. The room we had was as adorned as a Russian gulag. There was nothing in there. There was no TV. There was no towels. There was 2 rolls of toilet paper. There was no table. There was a chair. There was a microwave, but no refrigerator. What? I really didn't look. I'm sure when he saw, from what I heard, people said that when he saw me naked, he was really excited. So maybe, maybe, just a very interesting viewpoint. Oh, I gotta move this record button. This thing is in the wrong place for me. I will fix that right now. Where are you gonna stick the record button? I don't have to stick it anywhere. I'm just gonna move it around. So I'll just put the record button, set the delay in the record button. I'll do that right now. This is the nice thing about the stream deck is I can program the stuff on the fly. I don't even have to get out of my show or change anything. I just go ahead, just modify it. So I want to add a delay to the record button. I'm not going to add a delay to the pause button because obviously if I'm recording and I want to pause something, yeah, I'm not going to change that. I'm just going to make one slight change to the record button here so it doesn't keep turning it on. So activate it for long press. There we go. That should help. Just really neat though. I'm still here. Are you shocked? By the way, the panel is open for those who have the special link. If you want to join up and say hello, Jack Jones, all the others, come on over. Dab said Noodles was playing with his noodle while you were chatterbating next to him. I walked away. I don't know what was said. Okay. Well, that's okay. Nothing really was said that wasn't already been said somewhere else on another stream. I can tell you that. So, but, it's just, today is going to be a warm one again. It doesn't make me happy, but that's summer, it's not my favorite season. In fact, it's one of my least favorite seasons. Yeah, rewind. Yeah, you can do that. We do allow DVR working on here. You can actually rewind, catch up a few minutes back, 5 minutes back, whatever. Depending on where you are, you can go away back to the stream beginning if you want. I've done that on Noodle Show many times, where we'll rewind the video all the way back to the beginning, even if he's live, to get caught up on the beginning. Because he usually covers, most of the important stuff at the beginning of the show. And then after that, he gets into other things with guests and stuff like that with Sam and Leo and other people. Likewise, we have our regulars too that come up on the panels. So, people are really kind of glad that the show is improving. People have asked me since right now everything in our studio is analog, would I ever consider getting a digital microphone like a Blue Yeti, capsule mic, big one, the big pill. Maybe, but again, I found out that my experience with those USB microphones is latency can be a bit high. I'm crazy nauseous this morning. Pregnant? I don't know if she's pregnant. I have no idea. Russell wants you on his stream, I'll send him a stream link. You got the private one. Send Russell the private stream. You Google Meets link, and tell him to come on my stream because I'm open right now. If he wants to come on up and say hello. Leo wants to know who is this Russell you're talking about. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, he's giving me names of people I have never heard of before. And I remember what happened with another person that I didn't know about, and he didn't even know about. And all of a sudden we had to deal with that issue that I'm not going to discuss here. Like Androgyny said to me, don't bring it up because it's not appropriate for intersex hermaphrodites to talk about that because he said that a lot of the trans community is actually grooming kids, and I absolutely have seen enough of that to say, yeah, you're right. Jack Russell says, Convid, he's exposing you. Okay. Stan CT says, good morning, Blazing Leo. That red sun this morning was from the Canadian wildfire and smoke. Smoke been making you nauseous. It could be. She's right up there, right on the border, so yeah. I looked it up. It was crazy red this morning. Apparently MMD already exposes herself in front of Dave. And the pictures are also up on my Discord in the porn section. At least as best I could get topless photos out there. Maybe do a better shot at it. Wasn't really the best quality. But at least you got to see something, right? You got to see something. The lighting sucked because I was trying to hold my phone. I was getting ready for bed. I was just getting dressed for bed, put my nightgown on. I was like, well, you know what? I said, why don't we just go ahead and just show this skin? I can switch over the camera so you can see what I can from a different angle. So yeah, these are real. These aren't fake. These are the real deal, sweetie. Definitely. So, I suppose that Gigi liked what she saw. Skynet probably would like what he saw if he saw it at all. Apparently. So, as far as, he said he's exposing you. Blazing Leo. I don't know anything about this Jack Russell person. But I just ask that, Noodles, please vet these people before you put me up there. Given the last fiasco, we don't need to go through that again. Real hot tomatoes. Yeah, they're 100% pure. No augmentation, no additives, no colors, no fillers. 100% kosher, just like Hebrew National Hot Dogs. Because we have to abide by a higher authority, Hebrew National Boobs. Sorry, Hebrew National, I don't mean to make fun of your product. It's just a commercial that I remember so much from when I was a kid. But Uncle Sam, and they're saying, government so we can add fillers, colors, additives, and preservatives. We don't. We can't. We're kosher. We must abide by a higher authority. Are we really merging with Hussey and the Bodega Boys? Who's that? Sarah's. I don't even know who that is. I see all these names that are coming up. I don't know half any of these people. My God, I tried to get on Blaine White's show, and when I said what Blaine White was doing, she's trans, I was like, yike! I mean, Blaine White is pretty outspoken, as is Keffels. I watch both channels. But Keffels is on Twitch. I left Twitch. I basically just kind of deleted my account. I said to Twitch nicely, when you change your terms of service for the better, I'll come back. Otherwise, I'm not coming back. Yes, I know. And don't forget, guys, for the men, you can also put your pics in the NASQ's adults porn artwork section, if you so desire. Also, we have an adult lounge. You could expose it all live on camera. It ain't chatterbait, but it'll get you out there. You know, I've been finding that they're BS for 6 or so years. Dimitri said, what kind of content is Keffels? She's mostly into activism for the trans community. She's also, I believe, into a little bit of a talk show kind of thing like I do, but she's more focused on the trans community. Because let's be honest, there's very few hermaphrodites out there on the internet, and those that are out there either are so try to be fit in so much as a regular commentator presenter that they don't really focus much on the trans or the hermaphrodite intersex issues. But those that do, we're not afraid to talk about it. Within reason, YouTube has very strict guidelines that we have to abide by. Every content creator does. So there are things I cannot say on the show, otherwise it would be the end of me. You know what YouTube will be. YouTube will be like, get out of here. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Definitely not cool to push the buttons with YouTube. Don't do it. Don't do it. If it's your gravy train, don't do it. Otherwise, you're gonna be crying as you're living in a cardboard box in the middle of the street. Because this monetization is what helps offset the high cost of things. In fact, ever since Biden got in as president of the United States, things have doubled and tripled in prices in certain areas, including the prices of fuel, food, and home ownership, which is very scary. Hussey is a nicer guy, and he's in New York. I guess I'd love to see him and Bobby go dubbing. I'd like to see. Bobby said he was gonna get Neistat on here, but I never saw Neistat come on my show once. That would have been interesting. He said he knows Neistat. He knows where he is. Physically, really, literally lives in New York. That would be interesting to get Neistat in here. Illusionist Rebel. Hussey, Illusionist Rebel. Okay. Interesting. Right now, you just did it again. I see that. I see we're at 20 people. Awesome. I love it. 20 people watching right now. But I still don't have anybody on the private panel, which kind of sucks. Yeah. Can't wait to see what happens, I guess. So, Noodles, if you want to get the private link out to other people, use discernment, please, but you can give out your private link to the panels if you feel it would be for the benefit of the show. But don't just go out there and start handing out like little cards to everybody in town, okay? Just love to see more people. Well, YouTube is one of the largest. It still is the largest social media live streaming platform, even to this day. It's getting more competition from other networks, but it is still the largest. Okay, so who wants to come on the panel? Hold on, please. I gotta get over my curse over there. Too bad I don't have a button for that. Well, please and Leo. Good morning. How you doing?
Hello. Good morning. I wasn't gonna join, but nobody is joining for you.
Oh, well, it's nice to have you on anyway. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
That's good. So you said that
Yeah.
they're still
Did
getting.
you didn't see Noodle Stream this morning? I was trying to show everybody the red sun from all the air pollutant,
Okay. Well, no, I didn't
but
get a
it didn't
chance
show
to
up on
yet because
camera.
by the time I got up, he ended, and so I'm waiting for the chat replay to be ready and the closed
Oh,
captions to be ready, and then I could watch the show. So I watched a little
I
later.
don't know. I don't know what. I don't even remember what he was talking about. But I'm like, this is so cool. I wish everybody could have seen it because it was really cool.
Oh, it was so cool,
But
I'm
okay,
sure,
so
but I'm sure that the smoke wasn't so cool getting into your lungs.
yeah, but that was the thing. It was very, very clear out. So I was like, why is it red? But we did have an air quality condition alert or something yesterday. So maybe it's the burning off of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
I mean,
never seen a red
you
sun
also got
like
the
that.
rabbit fire in California, too, which isn't directly going to affect us here in Connecticut, but the rabbit fire, as of last night, had burned over 7,000 acres in California.
Really? There was fires somewhere else as well. Not the Canada ones. There was was it?
It seems like the rain that we got last night, California and Canada could have used as a fire extinguisher to make things better for them. Okay, somebody else is
Yeah.
coming on the panel. It's Noodles himself. Let me get the screen up here. Go ahead, Noodles. How you doing? Good morning.
Noodle.
Hey, Michelle. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy Russell is friends with Miss Hussey, and maybe you could get involved with Miss Hussey. He got kicked out of Negs. Negs doesn't want him anymore, and he seems like he's a pretty solid dude. I was on his live stream this morning.
Yeah. Well, send him a copy of the link. Have him come out in the morning panel. You got the link. You can pass it along to him.
Well,
Yeah,
Michelle, you should miss. That's a pretty big channel, right? Not like super big, but bigger than Michelle, or no?
Well, right
This
now
guy's
we're
about close to 2,000 subs, but what she really wants to get involved with, not only with this guy Russell, but she wants to get involved with Miss Hussey.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm thinking that, Michelle, you need to go over there. Don't just throw them a link. Go introduce yourself to them.
Yeah, I could try.
I mean, I think that's all Noodles really wants you to do,
What I
right,
would do,
Dave? That's
Noodles,
like you're finding...
if you want, is post not just the StreamYards link, but put their channel link in the DM on Discord so I can look at both. Because
I just posted it in the chat, Michelle.
Oh, okay. You mean on the Discord? Because I don't see it in the chat here, so I'll have to look into it. So anyway, the thing is, Noodles, is that what's the story with Casey Neistat and you? Because I haven't heard from Casey Neistat yet.
Who's that?
Remember, you wanted to introduce me to Casey Neistat, and you never did yet.
Everybody's working on their house today, I think. Jesus.
Okay. Sarah's best said,
Did we
okay, on
lose
the
him?
road. Let me know if you'd like me to try. Bobby, Star. Okay. Sarah's best says, gotta get back to driving listing. Now, thanks for the morning show. Love your channel, Michelle. Alright, thanks. So Noodles, you said you would originally introduce me to Casey Neistat, but you never did yet.
Did we lose him? I think he might have froze up. Who is that, Michelle?
No, he's still here.
Neistat.
I see. Casey Neistat is one of the big YouTubers. He's part of the Toit, the top of YouTube. Casey Neistat.
The top?
Yeah. Yep, the top of YouTube, the top earners.
Yeah, I gotta pull this over here. Let me just get it in.
Are you talking about your male appendage noodles?
Michelle.
Let's go, Michelle.
I know, I'm just kidding around.
Now it's good though. It's nice to hear you joking.
Shut the fuck up, Michelle.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I mean, I felt good because last night, like, I had a good night show. This little Streamlabs box makes it a lot easier. I was looking at this one here. By the way, this is a great tool. Unfortunately, they don't have a box like this for Android. They don't have a driver for Android, so you can actually do it on Android. Although it would be interesting. There is one to remotely access your desktop one, but they don't have one that you can use with your Android phone to...
Look like that. Get my crescent wrenches. What? Get my crescent wrenches or a puller or something around these ones.
Convict, kind of LOL. Sarah's Best says, I have panel see. I might be able to talk to him too.
What is that?
That'd be interesting. Yeah, so anyway, I do notice that the internet is a little slow today.
I think so.
I said I noticed that the network is a little slow right now. I don't know if it's something Frontier's doing or not. I see that it seems to be varying a bit in the speed, so... but I wonder sometimes if the computer does get a bit overwhelmed with all the stuff I got going on with it, with 4 cameras. Then you got the multiple streams open at once. If it makes my computer sweat a little more, not that it's any cooler outside right now. The computer is running at 65 degrees Celsius. So, it's working a little harder right now. This is one of the reasons why we're going to get the Mac Mini. Mac Mini only sips power at 85 watts. This thing guzzles it like Ed guzzles beer at 950
Michelle.
watts. What?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ed drank a lot. Michelle, tell me, who are all the newer YouTubers that Dave or Noodles has introduced you to? Because you've had quite a few new people over here.
Yeah. Yes, we has introduced me to a lot of new people.
Yeah. Do you have like favorites? I mean, not favorites, but people that come back repeatedly and are kind of joined up with your channel now, or?
I don't really have any favorites yet. Oh, well, the new ones I do like. Of course, I do like Gidgey, and I do like But then Gidgey was here before Noodles introduced me, so... And of course, Naked Fox is still a thing, and, of course, Noodles' show itself I watch. Sarah's Beth was from his show. Convid is, you could say, is from his show. A lot of people, I don't watch everybody's channel, I don't have time. I only got 24 hours in a day. I sleep, eat, and excrete a lot of that time away. So, that sounds bad. You sit on the pot all day? No. No. But you do tend to watch a lot of videos, though. I do watch a lot of videos. And in heat like this, I tend to be very low-key. When winter comes around, we tend to get up a lot more active.
Mm-hmm.
So... Notice Michelle hasn't mentioned Paul. Paul hasn't been on much. He was on yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was on the morning show. So, Paul has been a part of the show a long time with the Skynet. Unfortunately, Skynet has not been on much. I
I
don't
wonder
know.
why. I hope everything's okay with him.
I hope everything's okay with him too. Since supposedly he lives pretty close by, I haven't heard anything what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, subtle gingerbread man shirt. No, I didn't really see it. Because right now I'm looking. The phone obviously is on the table or on the bench, and they're looking up at the ceiling. So
So are you excited about this? Is it a topless or is it just like in like a
well, if it's gonna be
bra
on
and
YouTube, it
people are
can't be
gonna
really
judge the
topless
boob?
because of YouTube. I don't think it's gonna be a wet T-shirt contest either. I don't know.
No, it's not gonna be a wet. Is it gonna be a wet T-shirt contest?
I don't know what it's gonna be.
Can you even do that on YouTube?
I don't
Like put
know.
it down for educational purposes?
It's not my
Like we
channel,
want to see
so
how
if you,
see through the.
so
Oh, that would be Michelle. Michelle. Oh, I could talk to you about some ideas.
okay, absolutely. Good talk about ideas. Nothing wrong with that. So, like I said, right now the fact is that I'm sitting in front of a 950 watt space heater right now, and it is warm. It is running warm. I wonder, is Paul gone? No, I don't think Paul is gone. I think maybe he's not up yet. He used to be a regular in the morning show. Hi, Tiger Kitty. Good morning. Good morning to you. Michelle, can you ask Noodles if he has any updates on the friend Albert on his friend Albert James?
Who's
All right.
Albert James?
Albert James. I don't know anything about Albert James.
Noodles is a very social guy, though. He meets a lot of people. A lot of people.
Yes.
I'd go nuts meeting all these new people. I want to be able to keep it straight.
And it's a large list of people to keep track of. Hey, Tiger Kitty, why don't you come up on the panel this morning? Why don't you come on up, Tiger Kitty?
When is Krista gonna join you, Michelle?
Well, Krista's pretty much moved in. She's just hanging up some pictures. Yeah. She's coming by Friday. We're gonna work in the bathroom Friday. And because it's gonna be hot, we're gonna take it slow. We're not gonna rush into it. So she'll be over here for a few hours. Probably go down McDonald's and get some breakfast. And then I'll take care of that. And then today it looks like the new headphones for review, the over-the-ear versions of these, the Morphous 360 5500R headphones, will be here supposedly today or tomorrow. So, I'm looking forward to that.
Very cool. Michelle.
What's that?
Go ahead, Dave. Oh, that is. Michelle, who do you like for president? Do you like Trump or DeSantis more?
I'm more familiar with Trump, not only from his presidency, but also from him being in The Apprentice. DeSantis is pretty good as far as he's well respected in Florida as governor. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm hearing such bad things about DeSantis before. But didn't Trump, pick him to be, to back him? I don't know the story behind that. But it's kind of weird now that Trump and DeSantis is kind of turning on each other. So you don't have a favorite, or you don't have a reason why to like one better than the other?
Well, I like Trump because he's more in your face honest, which I like.
Yeah.
He's not a career politician. He seems to have a a little more down-to-earth approach to things. And he doesn't talk like a politician either. You ever listen to him in his rallies, he don't talk like a politician. You know, he talks more like somebody you'd be talking to like when he's at the bar having a couple beers, you know.
And he is very close to what a politician is nowadays. He's like, he's a salesman. He's a
once you become president of the United States,
and
I guess that makes you a politician, right?
He's a very successful one.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, he's very successful.
Yeah. He's very successful, exactly. Trump is very successful.
Sure. Oh, that fucker! Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm trying to I'm trying to see which one would be the better candidate. Do you think they'd work well together? I don't know. There's some animosity.
Well, I think
now between them.
DeSantis has been reelected as governor many, many times. At least 3 times. I think it's 2 times, 3 times as governor of Florida. Most people in Florida like him, so that should say something. Florida is the East Coast versions of California. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of population, lots and lots of voting, lots and lots of electoral college votes. So, he's definitely DeSantis and Trump. It's going to be very hard to say how that's going to go. But I think that even if one of them wins the primary, the other is probably going to be part of their campaign in the end. I still want to see Nikki Haley get a chance.
Who's Nikki Haley?
Nikki Haley originally was the governor of North Carolina. She was a UN ambassador for a while, too.
Is she a Republican or
yes.
What? What is she?
She's Republican. She's smart.
I'm
she's
so
outspoken.
shocked that I have switched over to more Republican views. I'm so shocked that is where I took my life.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, how you doing?
Jack. I don't think he'll get back in either. That's why I'm That's why I'm kind of following it. But it's funny how Trump is kind of saying DeSantis is an asshole for screwing me over. But I don't know. I've been trying to pay attention.
I don't know. I think Trump might get back in. He's still got a lot of the support for the Republican Party. He still is in the preliminary reviews. He's still in the lead for the Republicans. So, I wouldn't count him out. Democrats trying to find a way to indict him over and over and over again, and it just doesn't stick.
Yeah, politics is interesting, Michelle. How long have you been into politics? Because I've only recently, in the last year or two, really got into it.
I guess I started watching politics after the first Obama's, actually since George W. Bush Jr. got in, and I started to really wonder how the two parties really were doing. Besides just doing lip service, I wanted to see how they were performing as far as what the campaigns are, what they stand for. And so, I was more than excited to watch what was going on and all the interplay that they do with each other. In some ways, it's just like a bunch of, just like watching a high school election. Same thing. Which one's the most popular? Which one's the most popular person to become class president? Kind of thing. Same thing, but on a bigger scale, right? And we know that Trump, being he was in reality TV, he's active on social media, he's a successful businessman. If there's one thing Trump understands, he understands big business and how big business works. And that's one thing I said to Ed many years ago. I said, we need a candidate in office who's not just a man sitting behind a desk as an attorney, but a guy who's been in the trenches, worked in the real world. And let's be honest, lawyers, their world is kind of, like living in an ivory tower. They don't really have hands-on experience. All they got is their law books and their bar exam, but other than that, they don't really, have a lot of information about what goes on in the poor and the rich. They just...
Well, I think some do have life experience in that.
Well,
and I think
some
that's
do,
what makes them great
but not
lawyers.
enough of them.
I think you're right. But I think some that have had to do the struggle is what makes them a great lawyer. I agree with you on that. But I don't think all lawyers are like that.
So Tiger Kitty says, making my tea, says Tiger Kitty. Okay. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. It could go all kinds of ways. I just, I don't want to get too deep into that because YouTube says we can't talk about presidential elections too much. Can't talk about German elections.
I didn't know that.
Can't talk about
Michelle, you should have told me to shut up. I didn't know that.
No, that's fine. I don't think that's too much. But, the thing is I think that YouTube's own policies are going to get them into a bit of trouble because they actually gave JFK Jr. a channel strike and potentially a termination notice because he talked about politics and talked about the big C. And he's a presidential candidate. Somebody wants to come on as Tiger Kitty. Hold on a minute, please. Let me get you on here.
Yeah.
Let's get her up here.
Someone, I'll let you do that first. And then
Good morning, Tiger Kitty. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Doing right.
Morning, Tiger.
Good morning.
Michelle, wait. Let me ask you this, or let me tell you this before I forget. I seen that recently on Twitter that somebody brought that up to Twitter's attention and said, "Why is it okay for damn it, the Al Qaeda. The Al Qaeda can be on Twitter and say whatever they want, but you took off the president of the United States."
See,
and I never even realized that.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to. If I find that clip, I'll send it to you, Michelle. I'll email it to you because I was like, "Holy shit!"
I never could understand why anybody.
Sorry.
PG. I just find it kind of interesting, the whole situation for a while, that YouTube was really hypersensitive about certain topics. But the thing is now that Twitter has changed hands, and now the woke are going broke. Well, they're going broke in the sense that financially, i.e. Bud Light, Target, but they're also going broke because they're losing support. They're not keeping the support that they thought they had with the masses. I'm not going to say that all the other platforms are necessarily doing any better, because right now we're all struggling, but it seems that the left is just losing their mojo. I'm
almost wondering, Michelle, if this whole crazy LGBTQ XYZ, I don't even know what they are now, if it was like a social experiment on us, because I still don't understand what the hell happened.
Well, I think they're kind of a social experiment, but I think it's not just the LGBTQ plus groups, but rather
they've got more letters after there.
It seems like it's just the whole agenda of what's going on, and they're just kind of caught up in the river of the wokeness, if you will.
Yeah, but Michelle, you remember when wokeness was about spirituality? Woke meant you were more spiritual. You were more woke in religion. When the hell did woke become about wanting to mutilate your body or pedophilia and stuff like that?
Right.
How did that become a woke thing?
Well, I think I do Mojo. I think it's. I think it's like I said. It's a multifaceted issue that the
Yeah.
progressives want to push this agenda, and so they're trying to normalize all this craziness. But I think people are starting to push back. I think people are starting to say to them as, we don't like this idea. We don't like the way it's going.
Yeah.
And so I think now they're
It's
going.
really nutty out there. It's really nutty out there. And I'm not, I know people say, well, a lot of propaganda is pushed on social media, and it's like, you don't really want to believe it. It really is like that in the world, guys, and it's getting worse.
Yeah.
I am so scared for my kid and, the kids that I watch, my family, from what's coming. It's crazy.
I need you to move.
Well,
I need you to
you know
move
what?
that over
I'll be
here.
honest when I say it is, if you're sending your kid to public school, you're sending them to an indoctrination camp, basically, for the right, for the left. And that's kind of scary to think about. Because
Remember, it's got to go down.
Well, do you realize if this LGBTQ thing, transgender, whatever thing goes through with all the multiple genders and sexes that they're trying to pass,
yeah,
everything we have been taught until now they're trying to say, is that a fucking lie? Or sorry, a lie? I'm used to being on at night, not during a PG show, excuse me. So are they saying now that every biology thing that we learned is wrong? We should have been, including these other supposed genders that they're trying to say exist?
yeah. I don't think it's. See, that's just it. I think that it's. Now they're saying one state is proposing a law. I think it passed it. It says it can be charged $10,000 fine for misgendering a person on purpose.
That's my state. That's my state, Michelle.
Right.
That's Michigan. Yeah.
I think that's
You're
a little
crazy.
bit much. I mean, sometimes it happens by mistake. People. So what are you going to do? Have the policeman walk over and hand you a ticket? Here's your $10,000 fine. Pay it at the police station. What?
Michelle, I kid you not. When that law passed, there has been a man wearing skimpy, bodysuits walking in my town, up and down the street, his bulge all hanging out. He's covered, right? You can't see anything, but you can see every shape.
Right.
Parading as a woman. I think he wants somebody to start something with him, and he'll become rich.
It's and then let's be honest, not everybody's a nice looking body. It's.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Oh, you're gonna charge me $15,000 fine for saying that? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fat shame anybody, guys. That's because I'm fat myself. Okay, but I mean, is there's some people that look good in some things, and some things don't go there. If you ever saw me wearing a skin-tight jumpsuit trying to run around Winston, holy heaven forbid, no. First of all, I tried to get into that black swimsuit a couple of months ago, and it looked like I was trying to get into a skin-tight wetsuit. Is that really what you want? I mean, some people got it, some people don't. I don't, and, but to see someone with all this junk hanging out, his beer belly, trying to say is, oh, I'm a female. Oh, dress me as such.
Yeah.
Oh, but I just feel like I see you.
Up like that,
I see you as a person trying to fit into a square peg into a round hole. That's what I see. It's one reason I wear what I wear. I don't try to look like something like I'm wearing a skin-tight clothes and guy says, look at me, I'm nicely dressed, I'm so pretty. I am pretty, but not quite that way. No one's going to sit there and go, she's got a friggin' big window on her.
I don't know if anyone has noticed this, though, but even how young girls are dressing, right? My day and age, if your shorts you know, they had like short shorts and maybe tank tops that were
Right.
a little free. Nowadays, girls are going out in their bra and
Right.
panties, basically.
Same as when my
and
my
they
child.
don't care what their body looks like. They do not care.
But now you got the
I
guys
think
doing
that's
that.
really cute.
Short shorts, tank tops,
Huh?
beer bellies hanging out. Holy crap.
Ready?
Yeah.
Maybe some
I mean,
guys,
yeah,
maybe
it's like
some
a
guys
guy's
would look
dream,
good in
right?
a moo-moo. I mean, I'll be honest. Some guys might look great in a moo-moo or sundress. I said some, not all. But
Yeah.
it's like you're taking
I
casual
think
to the
again,
whole new
everybody's
level.
having to dress moo moo. Everything's covered.
Right, I like the.
I just
And
don't
of course,
know.
in
I
the
don't
summer
like
it's
the
hotter.
methods
It's hot.
Are working.
During the summer it's hotter, of course. So it's kind of harder. You know, when everybody, if you saw,
No.
like, you know, news presenters, for example, I mean, most news organizations want the men and women newscasters to look good, right? I still don't see somebody wearing a t-shirt and a pair of shorts at a news anchor desk. The minute you see that happen on a regular basis, you're going to be, you know, that'd be like the end of news stations' credibility. The last thing you want to see is some guy wearing a t-shirt saying something like, "I'm so horny," or "Eat at Joe's lunch" or something. Well, he's trying to tell you about the economy going tits up. That's bad enough, but if it's going tits up, but wearing inappropriate attire is just yike, you know. So, I mean, the point I'm trying to get at is clothing, modesty, clothing, reasonable clothing is just kind of went away, just like common sense in everyday life. What was the storm like, Michelle? For us, it was just lots of rain, no lightnings, no thunders, just lots of rain. You know, it was not a big bad thing at all. It was just, you know, rainy, wet, soggy. You know. Let's just see how much latency we got here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of latency at 720p. Well, next time I'll leave it at 360p because I think this poor computer is kind of struggling at 720p today for some reason.
Who's helping you fix your visual? Is that the Frank guy helping you, or?
Frank has been suggesting we should try to stream at higher resolution, but he said to me, Michelle, part of it might be your computer is just having a hard time keeping up with all the stuff you're doing with it. I do agree with that, and that's one of the reasons we're talking about the Mac Mini.
Yeah,
but
because you got a little bit of a slow delay on your picture on YouTube, it looks like.
Yeah, there is a delay. Yeah. And
but you're like slowed down too, right, guys? Or is that just me?
No, there is a delay.
Okay.
I'm seeing the latency in my own monitor here from what Google Meets is showing me a little bit of a delay too. So I think OBS is struggling right now.
You missed the storm then, Michelle. That's good.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't say we missed it, but it wasn't quite the river from the sky that they kept telling us about. It was just more like a good, solid, steady rain. So what was the storm like?
So Michelle, are you ready for Russell and Miss Hussey?
What's she doing? Oh,
thank you guys if I was monopolizing Michelle. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is she going to interview her?
Well, so I made a deal with Russell. Russell's going to come up on Thursday if he doesn't come up on Michelle's panel today or whatever. Thursday, Russell should come up. We're going to introduce Michelle and Russell. If they get along, then we can get in touch with hopefully Miss Hussey, and then Michelle can have go on Miss Hussey's channel.
Great, Michelle. Get out there, honey.
Yeah.
Right now, just
promote yourself, love.
And Michelle, there's a lot of people behind the scenes trying to push this for you. So it's not just like I reached out to these people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What
So
about the
be
Casey
very
Neistat
grateful
you
that
wanted me
people
to
are actually
introduce?
watching and they want to help out.
What about the Casey Neistat you wanted me to be introduced to? You didn't introduce me to him.
Yeah, because Michelle, you got to come out here. I got to throw you in fucking front of Casey or Jesse, or where the fuck his name is. I got to throw you in front of his fucking scooter.
What?
Okay.
What?
The guy every fucking morning on this goddamn scooter. Every fucking morning, Michelle.
All right.
So I'm going to throw you in front of his scooter, and you're going to introduce yourself.
Why
Yeah,
are you
like
gonna
I'm
throw
gonna
him
go
from
ahead
the
and get my
scooter, though? Why don't
transporter
you tell
beam
him
over
what?
there.
It would
Where
be good
there's
content.
blame, there's a claim, Michelle.
It would be
Uh,
great
It could be
content.
a win-win for you.
so let's see. Or ladies clam up t-shirts. That's a weird t-shirt idea. Yeah, so anyway, we'd like to try to see if I can reach out to some of the bigger channels too, which what Noodles wants to do, so. Yeah, so right
I
now,
see the old regulars are not here. Where's Gianni?
Yellowtails are not here. What's that about?
I didn't say Yellowtails, Michelle.
I know, it's just closed
said the
caption
old
translated
regulars.
kind of wrong.
Oh, well.
Okay. I don't see Gianni right now. I see Jojo here. Tiger Kitty's here listening. Yeah, so
Yeah, where
Don't
is
worry about
everybody?
it, Michelle.
Michelle? We normally have
okay.
a lot more people in here.
Hey, Tiger, you know what it is?
Well,
There's a lot of bigger people that watch Michelle, and they're afraid to get involved in a way because they know how things are spun, you know? And there's a lot of people, I'm telling you, Michelle, a lot of people that are pushing for this, for you to get into these communities, you start talking to these people.
I think it's a
and,
great idea. As long as she's safe. As long as
Yeah, no one's gonna. Miss Hussey's not
Yeah.
gonna bother her. Russell's not gonna bother her.
Yeah, I know.
Well, why don't you start with the
I don't know
most
about
basic
Ned, but-
things? Just tell them, say good morning. Come on.
Worst thing that happens is that Neg starts talking about her. I mean, that's so what?
That's
Let
good.
everybody talk about Michelle. Yeah,
All
exactly.
news is publicity, Michelle. It's all free advertising.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it'll be
You're
nice to
doing
see.
really well, Michelle. You are. You're doing a lot. Have you noticed how long her streams have been recently? And she's giving us lots of extra ones.
Michelle, you know what you got to stay away from, and I'm gonna say this because you're gonna make people nervous. Is the nudes? Don't start with that because you're asking for big trouble, and people don't want to be associated with that, with the nudes. Just letting you know. It's okay to be like a beauty queen, Michelle, or something like that. But as far as the nudes go, I think that the bigger YouTubers they're already afraid of you. They're already afraid to reach out to you and to get involved because of the way
Why would they
people
be
spin
afraid of
things.
me? I'm just a small fish in a big pond. I'm just one of many small fish in a big pond. What is it
Right, but
about
I'm
me that
telling you
scares
that
them?
there's bigger people than you right now that are watching you that think you're really great, but they're trying to figure out a way to involve you without people spinning this the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you're putting your nudes out like that,
I know, I don't
people
know
are
what
gonna
you mean.
say, "Oh,
First of
they're-
all, why
yeah."
were they scared? Why are they scared? That's the question. Why are they scared?
So for instance, you got Tina D. Tina D is like the biggest loudmouth ever, right? She was pissed off that she didn't understand what was going on, and she yelled at you. She came to me and said, "Why would you do that?" You know what I mean? She had no idea that you couldn't hear, that you were blind. No one really knows your background. So when
Right.
Tina D was exposed to you, she thought she was being set up, and you know how people spin things.
Well, for everyday people, I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not that special. I mean, I got a lot of knowledge and skills. I'm a savant with a tool bucket. But basically, you get to know me. I'm a good person that just wants a piece of the American pie, just like everybody else does.
Michelle, it's our hang up. It's not your hang up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know what really scares
you're
people?
as normal as can be, but it's something inside of us. There's a protective vibe that goes over mostly women, I think.
Some of us anyway.
There's also people that actually depend on this extra money that they get from YouTube to get them stuff that they need for life, and you know, they don't want to be dragged into somebody saying, "Oh, they're scamming MicheleMarieDalene. They're using MicheleMarieDalene for views. They're whatever." They're trying to bring you in here, Michelle, in a way that is that people are going to respect. People are going to, you know, be like, "Hey, it's MicheleMarieDalene. We love her."
You know, that brings up a very interesting point, Noodles. So I want to address this because it's an ongoing topic, which is they keep saying things like, YouTubing is not a job. YouTubing is kind of just a sideline hustle. You know, go work for somebody else. Go get paid a salary, hourly wage, whatever. They don't realize that there's a lot of work that goes on in YouTube behind the scenes. For some people, especially the top tier YouTubers, this is their job. I mean, they're social influencers in a very strong way. Osmond Gold, for example, Casey Neistat.
Hold on.
So, I mean, and so, you know, they have marketing campaigns. They have. So when they see a channel like mine, and then some of these other people say, "Why don't you go out and go work for somebody else?" It's like, well, right now, even if you did work for somebody else, even if you had a job, there's no job security in that either, because companies are laying off people every day because the economy stinks. So you have a side hustle. They don't realize that these side hustles, even YouTube is a side hustle, it pays the bills. And it's like I said, under Biden, our economy is taking a hit with major inflationary trend that has doubled and tripled the prices of several items that we use every day. And so, I think that there's a lot of people who don't understand that if you think YouTube is just sitting in front of a microphone, that's not going to last a long time if you don't have content behind you. Imagine Valel, like somebody that just keeps saying overall the same story. Trains, monkeys, Rolling Stone, trains, monkeys, Rolling Stones, beer. No one's going to keep watching that content. And so, you know, you have to research things. You're going to be looking at the new product reviews and observations. You study the news. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes on a successful YouTube channel. And then the big guys, they go out there, they get sponsorships, they got to go hustle to get the sponsorships, and the sponsors will have certain things that they want to see. So sometimes for content creators, it's like between a rock and a hard place. But that doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing, because obviously they've been doing it and they still do it. But they're also, I think, afraid of offending their sponsors, because that could be the end of their money that is used to help pay for the mortgage of the house. What's an interesting comment? YouTube isn't a job unless you're going to put in 60 hours a week. A lot of the bigger guys do. And a lot of small people are doing the same thing right now. I mean, if I go by how much income I get from YouTube versus my Social Security check, YouTube, in a monthly comparison, only brings in 1/10 right now of what my Social Security check is. 1/10. Maybe even less than that. Maybe, less than that. Maybe about 100th of what I get from my Social Security check a year. But that doesn't mean it's not a job. It is a job. It's like a side hustle.
That's kind of like what I do too, though, Michelle. I don't do it on YouTube.
Right.
When you're on like fixed income, you kind of gotta hustle, whether it be coupons when you go grocery shopping or whatever.
Right. It doesn't matter if you're driving for Grubhub, DoorDash, Instacart. You're still doing a side hustle, or even Uber. It's what offsets the expenses. Now, this is back in 2018 when things were inexpensive and the economy was doing great. It would have been less of an issue. But now things have gotten so expensive that people need that additional support to keep the bills paid. $100 every month, basically. Right. In this case, about $100 every month. Yeah. But still, that makes a difference. I mean, sure. I mean, that's what, $1,200 a year. But that $1,200 a year could pay for a cruise. Maybe one for the Caribbean, for getting on the lowest tier of the ship. But it still pays for that.
You're not going on a cruise, Michelle.
Or during the hot summers, it pays for your
Michelle,
air conditioning costs.
look at my new tool bag, Michelle. Check out my tool bag I got. Look at this. This is the tool bag I got. It rolls up, Michelle. Okay. It's got 4 pockets. I can hang it from here. Right? Look at all these pockets. I can put all my shit in, Michelle. Look at this. You got to get one of these, Michelle. I numbered them 3 through 4.
Looks like a fancy duffel bag.
Why do you need
and
to number
it rolls
them?
up. You can hang it. You can get it on Amazon, Michelle. I think you should get this instead of the bucket.
Yeah.
And on the back, Michelle, it's got pouches for wrenches and stuff, and hammers, whatever you want to put in there. $22 on Amazon. It's called the UUP tool bag.
Okay.
Michelle.
All right, I see it.
Are you jealous?
Do you like the look of that, Michelle? Do you like the look of that for a tool bag?
Looks like it's olive green.
Yeah, it is. Do you
Look at that action,
a hard
Michelle.
toolbox, Michelle? Do you like a hard toolbox?
I got zip ties in there. I got drill bits. I got fucking pullers. I got fucking stick rulers. Yeah. I got everything in here, Michelle. Everything you could ever need.
Well, my thing is I only use a few tools at a time, and the tool bucket idea actually came from my brother and from other sheetrockers that were doing the same thing. Because it was like, we always end up with these empty buckets from joint compounds. So
that's how it rolls up, Michelle. You just roll it up just like that, and you're off to work, and then you hang it up and you let it drop. Yeah. All your tools are ready for access, Michelle. Check that out. Look at that. It's awesome. I see that. That's fucking awesome. Look at that. Look at all the tools.
Tools, though, have you? Like, I don't see many hammers or spanners or.
Well, right now, I'm trying to get my tool set small enough that I can carry the basics I need for a job, because I have to sling it on my walker sometimes. So, sometimes it's easier with something that's not too heavy. Maybe even a backpack could be useful. But then for what I gotta carry, I probably get most of my tools in a tool pouch.
I would buy one of these for you, Michelle, instead of that fucking bag that you carry around, because it's got a strap. You can wear it around your shoulder like a purse.
Right.
And and you can have all your stuff in there, all your electronics, all your batteries, whatever you want to bring. And you can even carry it like you do your bags. But everything, it's got removable pouches right here. Check this out. Velcro pouches that you can take off. You can put them on a key ring or whatever. And it's made of like Cadora. And on the inside of this, it's waterproof. It's a rubber lined or plastic lined to keep everything inside there dry. Keep all your tools dry.
Right. Dimitri said boat cruise is overrated. I got on it and a bunch of people got sick. We're talking about that. I know. I get it. Some people don't do good on boats. I love the boat. I didn't get sick on the boat. I did wonderful on the cruise. I actually like the cruises. I like being on the water. I don't mind. The ocean doesn't scare me much. Keeping your
I
tools.
love the ocean. I've never been on a big boat on the ocean, though.
I've been on, I was on the Dawn Princess from Pacific Cruises, and that was nice. Pacific Cruise Line just bought the boat from another cruise line in Italy that went up and, that went bankrupt. So they were still renovating the ship to meet the requirement for Pacific Cruise Line, because originally it was owned by Sitmar Cruises. And so they could see some of the renovation work they were doing when they could, like changing some of the interior and stuff. It was just absolutely interesting. To see the ship was from the late 50s, and it was old ship. It was an old boat. It was still a nice boat, though. I liked it. We were in a really rough seas one day, for like one whole day. We were in a rough ocean, and it was still, the stabilizers were working fine, so it wasn't so bad. But some people really had a hard time getting used to the ocean motions, but I didn't have a problem with it, because I walked kind of funny anyway. Even before my leg injury, I was still always kind of walking kind of funny. So on the cruise line, my mom and dad said, "This is the one time you ever walk straight."
Oh my god. That's crazy.
So,
that's funny. Really? Wait, I know you have something wrong with your leg?
Yeah. Something's wrong with my leg.
What's wrong? I mean, I know you have. I didn't know you had. Were you born with something? I'm sorry, I must have zoned out when you said that. What's wrong with your leg?
My left leg? Even as a child, my mom said I used to have a leg brace. So something tells me it has to do with something when I was born with, apparently. So it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I didn't know.
I wonder why you had a leg brace. I didn't know that about you, Michelle. I didn't know you had a brace and when you were younger.
I don't even remember the leg brace. My mom said I had it when I was very young. I said, "Oh, okay." So all my life I've had leg problems. So it's not a new thing, and it's the same bloody leg every time. I don't know why my left leg has always been so messed up. It always has been. So maybe the way I walk now with the knee injury kind of makes sense, because apparently.
Look at how compact this is now. Look, all my tools, Michelle. All my tools. Look.
Michelle.
We can't hear that.
Yeah.
Look at this, Michelle. Look, right here.
Let's pack up nice and small.
Okay.
Just carrying it around like no problem. All those sexy tools, Michelle. Look at that.
Yeah,
You
it also makes it very easy for someone to take all your tools, too.
Oh, that's true. But they could do that with the toolbox, too.
Wow, look at this.
If you're carrying all your tools on your noodles, remember this.
Look at all the pliers and wrenches and shit. Wow.
Basically, noodles, you got the equivalent of a handbag. Now, think about it. Purse snatchers, tool snatchers. What's the difference? None. You know what? One day, someone's going to grab that strap and they're going to take your tool bag and you're going to be like, "Oh, my whole life is in there. What am I going to do?" You're going to go to the police station and go, "Someone stole my tool bag off my arm."
Morning, Frank.
Like $500 worth of tools in here, Michelle. Maybe even more.
Tools are expensive.
Maybe $3,000 worth of tools, Michelle. Take a look.
Listen to the show while cooking breakfast slow because I'm tired. Yeah, I'm streaming a 720p and the computer's slow. I wonder if I wonder if it's a network situation or if maybe the computer is running a little on the warm side. Right now, the processor is running at 65 degrees Celsius, which isn't necessarily too bad. But
Oh,
I
look at that
do
sticker.
think that I'm gonna.
Holographic. Very nice.
Well,
Thank you.
Why don't you set the processor to maximum speed and basically seriously blow the heat out of it? Yeah, you know where all the heat's gonna blow onto, right? Yeah, me. Yeah. So that's why I usually leave it on automatic, because I usually don't want to get blasted with 950 watts of heat in the summertime.
Michelle, what are you still eating nowadays? Or what? Not still, but what are you eating? Are you still eating like blocks of cheeses, or did your diet change? You still eat a lot of pizza?
Not lots of cheese. No, I haven't had much cheese. Like, in fact, I gotta get a place to order in for some groceries today. Mostly a bowl of cereal, sometimes some bagels for breakfast, sometimes nothing at all for breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go downstairs and wash up.
Okay, so I'm gonna go upstairs and wash up. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't really been eating a lot because I've been trying to save my money. So.
For what? Oh, for your computer?
Not just for the computer, but because of the everyday expenses like utilities and things like that. Things have gotten so expensive that I have to just watch my money. You know. So people don't realize that, like I said, YouTube might be a side hustle for me, but it does offset some of the everyday expenses. And
I didn't know that you were struggling in that aspect. Is that because Ed's not there anymore?
No, it's because I'm trying to save money around so I have something in case the bottom ever falls out of the economy.
Oh, okay. So it's not like I get what you're saying. I get you're just trying to.
I mean, grocery store food has gone up, like for me, over 100%. The same grocery bill today costed me half that price in 2020, and so everything's gone up. So I have to have more money.
Yeah,
means I have to make, try to make more better choices. For example, I mean, price of cereal, for example, has gone up so much that yes, I'm picking a lot of no-name brand cereals and stuff, but in some cases, I have to just go without because I got to save the money because I still got $190-something in food stamps, and that's it. That's all you got. And then the YouTube income you got comes in. It's going to be used to help offset the other things like buying groceries, paying utility bills. And so people keep thinking I use money for YouTube for fun stuff. But the sad truth is, in this economy, a lot of that money is used to pay for everyday expenses. So, just gotta be careful with that. Honest Frank says, can you enable text-to-speech so our posts will be heard on your stream? Yeah, I can enable text-to-speech if I turn on the restream chat. But then again, I've had people abuse that system in ways where it still gets more latency and it's crazy enough. So I really rather not. Because people have abused it. And even if they haven't abused it, this voice only speaks so fast. So if there's a huge number of chats coming up, I can still fall behind. Scrams and fried eggs, okay. And boiled. Didn't answer my question, sorry. What's the question, Mocho? Why are you sending topless pics? Oh, I just decided to just send that one. I didn't really make it a regular thing. I just wanted to send that one.
Who asked that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like anybody realizes just how hard it is economically. So you gotta watch your budget.
Oh, I didn't see it either. Why are you sending Tom? Yeah, Jojo, I don't agree with that either. But again, Michelle's an adult. And I mean, that's how she's recognized. We're not anybody who can tell her any different. So if she knows full well what she's doing.
I mean,
Didn't
we
used
haven't
to
been
be
on
like that.
Chatterbait either, so, you know.
It's like she's been
Says
exposed
on his
to
face,
it
says, I understand
massively
Michelle
now.
Marie Delaney.
Yeah,
And I will say one
know,
thing.
It's so
I
hard,
will say
though,
one
right?
thing, though, as far as the hardware goes.
My mouth.
This computer is working extra hard, trying to keep up with all the stuff that's going on.
You're not disgusting, Michelle, by the way. You're beautiful. No
Yeah,
one's.
Michelle.
No
Well,
one's.
I know I
go
am.
ahead,
No
Thank
one's
you, Tiger
saying
Kitty.
you're.
Yeah, Tiger Kitty. I know I'm beautiful.
Don't worry about it.
But you know what? I think like with Leo and I were talking earlier about modesty in clothing.
Yeah.
You know that Tiger Kitty. What would you say if you ever saw a guy wearing a skin tight jumpsuit, but this guy thinks he's cute, even though he's got a beer belly hanging out? And
yeah.
I mean, I think
I
there's.
probably wouldn't say anything to him because I wouldn't talk to him. If I was young and I was like looking for a boyfriend, depending what you're about. Like now, I'd probably laugh, thinking he was joking.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like, you know, this modesty of clothing has changed a lot. Especially since there are multiple generations of people that see it differently.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's not like I want to see young men and women basically have to worry about wearing a suit and tie in 100+ degrees weather. That's insane. But at the same time, I don't want people
like Jesus.
showing total
That'd be
disrespect and dressing like they're homeless, you know, and have no clothes to wear.
Like a flowing robe or something like that. All you had to do was just get a fucking robe on every day. Some sandals. Go to
We
work.
all had dress. We all had dress code. I would not shrug that away as long as everybody agreed on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm more modest than I don't know. I did, like I said this morning. I would hear my father in my ear and my mother saying like, "What are you doing?"
Yes, Mojo Krista is all moved in right now. She says she's just gonna hang up her pictures in her house. She's living next door now. They all moved in. They got all settled in. They're all ready. Just a few. Just gonna
Is she coming up to the studio?
She's coming up to the studio on Friday to help me clean the bathroom.
No, but why doesn't she come up today and give us an update?
Well, she's
She's right downstairs. It's not like
she's
like
in
she has to
another
drive.
building. I think she's in another building.
Well, like I said,
It's
she said
right
she's
next-
just kind
right
of.
there.
It's right next door. Oh, I didn't know that.
She's still getting her house
thought it
in
was just
order,
another
but
building
everything's
next
there
door.
now. So you just gotta hang it up and.
Well, I would have run up and seen you, Michelle.
Yeah. Well, she knows I do my show at 10.
Yeah.
That's good exercise for her. She's got that lymphedema, and
Right.
you have all those stairs.
She can't be careful with that
I know it's
her
hell.
lymphedema with her leg too.
It's great exercise for that.
Yeah.
You're like the princess in the tower. I could not believe how tall that building was. Like, holy shit.
Sometimes
I
I feel like I'm Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Rapunzel, let down your
reminds
golden
me of.
dresses. Let me up.
And your landlord's
morning,
the frickin' dragon.
Pretty
But-
much. I don't want anyone over here. Nobody over here. Nobody over here. No homeless people over here. Why? How do you know who's homeless now? What are you gonna do? Ask them for
Right.
proof of my residency?
And doesn't it flood? And doesn't it like flood around your building sometimes?
Yeah.
That's your moat. That's crazy.
Well, she's in the complex.
You
so.
really are like a queen. You're in the top of the tower.
So she's in the quadrangle now, so that's gonna make it a lot easier for her.
Michelle, you could get a bucket and a piece of string And like Krista can fill your bucket for you and you could pull it up.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted something.
Right there.
Well, I dumped the water yesterday. This morning.
Only if she chants a secret code thing, though. Like, Michelle, throw down your bucket.
Well, actually, me and Krista have, we text message
I bet
each
your
other.
kid would find that cute, too.
Because, like, me and Krista's got hearing problems, so we text more than we actually speak on the phone because it's easier for both of us. So we just text each other. And, Moja said, Michelle, I love to see your hairstyle just a little bit over a little bit. Well, with these headphones, it's hard enough to keep my hair up without having my hair constantly make my headphones fall off. That's the one thing about on-the-ear headphones that suck. They don't, because they keep sliding down, and then I can't hear anybody because the headphones keep sliding away from where the sweet spot is. So, okay. For one year. So, like, for example, my here is where my hearing is the best. It's right here where the earlobe is. And the problem is, every time I do that, it keeps sliding forward like that. Same thing with the elf ears are on, with these headphones. That's one thing I'm going to say right now about on-the-ear headphones that suck. I hope that the over-the-ear versions work better, because these on-the-ears, I mean, they're not for me. It just, but they're okay for some things. Michelle is a Shakespearean muse. How so? Mojo. Why don't you come up on panel, by the way? You got the link, Mojo. Why don't you come on up?
She said her throat was bothering her, I think. I mean, I would love for her to come up, but I think
oh, okay.
She's not very well, Michelle. She's got a bad throat.
So,
what's they doing here?
So the point is the new headphones look like they should be here today because they're supposedly coming from Massachusetts. So I'll keep an eye out. I guess he ordered them.
Do they look like your old ones, or what do they look like?
They're the same as these, but they're the over-the-ear version. Those are the over-the-ear versions. These are the on-air versions. They're Morphous 360 550R. R is in rose gold, so they're rose gold like these are. Because I kind of like the rose gold and the white color, so. And then eventually I'll get the other cord for $25, the high grade cord is really designed for microphones, but they're marketed as a headphone instrument cord. I just got desolder one of the phone plugs and solder to the old headphones, and I'll do that. But at $25 for a 20-foot length, or for a 12-foot length, that's 50 cents a foot. So, yeah, they look bigger. The over-the-ear ones are a little bit bigger in diameter than these. You ever wonder what the slit here in the side here is for? This is for TF flashcards. You could actually play music from that's stored on the TF flashcard if you wanted to. Because these are Bluetooth wired wireless headphones. So, just like A1 telephone repair, replaceable cord, any size, any length, any color. Yeah, that's where this card makes nice sense. You can change the cord length by just unplugging it, just like you can with a headset cord on your phone. So that makes it different.
Sorry.
Yes, Leo, really? Okay. Say, says, before that one, accountability time says, this is like John Wayne, Gacy in Queen even sounds like him. Yes, Leo would really suit her and be easy to maintain. Your suggestion was
to get a bob, to cut your hair in a bob.
Oh yeah, I put my hair in a ponytail a couple times in the past.
No, but we were talking like the style. Like a bob is just like right above your shoulders. I used to wear my hair in a bob for the longest time because it was easy to maintain when I worked. But it was long enough that I didn't look like a boy.
People kind of like when they put it like a clincher in the back, hold the hair back, and then
yeah.
I know. That would work too. So right now we have 18 people on. We're at a peak of 24, but we're still holding good at 18.
Mm-hmm.
She's so stubborn, like though Leo, she won't get it done. A bob might be a possibility. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. I
had a friend, Michelle. She had thinner hair, and if it reached a certain point, it looked like it was scraggly or like real thinned out.
Yeah.
Anytime she went and got a haircut and she got a bob, her hair looked so great. I don't know what it was about that haircut. I don't know if that's like for girls that have thin hair. If it's
like I said, I don't know if I have put my hair in an elastic in the past. You can kind of see what it would look like, and it would kind of look pretty good. Sometimes I'll throw it over my shoulder too, just for the hell of it. But with these headphones, I'm just tenaciously hanging on because for some reason, they're really slippery in my ears. They don't stay very good. I don't know if it's because these cushions are not very grippy. They're not grippy at all. Yeah, they're not grippy. Almost every single over-the-ear headphones I've had that problem, or on-the-ear headphones I've had that problem with. And I have had quite a few different kinds, and they all have the same problem. They either A, don't have enough grip, so they slide like this, or they're so tight that you feel like your skull's getting crunched. So, the over-the-ears, the cups go over the ears, they have something that holds in place better. I don't like to wear headphones at all. I hate them. Well, for my job, you need headphones. Because I don't wear the headphones. I don't wear the headphones in the bedroom because, first of all, I don't have to. When I'm on Noodle StreamYard's panels, their echo cancellation works fine, and so I can usually hear fine without the headphones because my computer's got good speakers on it too. I always had long hair in my 20s and mid-length in my 30s, says Mojo. Well, Aquarius Virgo hybrid, actually. But anyway, the thing is that, letting it hang it loose, I guess, is kind of my nature. Carefree. It's like I'm not going to get super gussied up just because it's just not my style. I mean, I want to look good, but I don't feel like being high maintenance in the morning when I get up. So let's see what we got here. By the way, how are we doing on the show?
Buds, you and JoJo should hook up.
I've got shorter hair now, but I want to grow. Luckily, it grows quick. Yeah, so does mine. Very quick. That's the reality. My hair grows really fast. So let me see how we're doing here with the YouTube side of things for a second. I'm just curious. So you might notice a little bit of scrambled eggs and sausages here when I go check this out here. Because the internet is like, I don't know what they're doing to the internet here, but I noticed that lately the internet has been working really, really pokey lately. Okay, still hasn't been approved yet for monetization, but that probably will be soon. So.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to send you an email. Can you respond to it, or you can't when you're up here?
Who, me? I can.
You can, right?
Yeah, I can. I can respond.
I'm going to send you an email real quick. I just found something out.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, I do get Mojo's Twitter account, so. But what else can I say?
I've said your video is crapping out, Michelle.
Nap said his videos crapping out and it fell. So someone else said his videos are been acting up too. I think it's the internet. I think because the fact is that our internets are under cyber attacks by a foreign agent outside of America. I think that they're trying to take down the whole network. I don't think it's just a YouTube thing. Also,
you don't think it's the weather?
I do think the weather is involved with it, yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of cables that gotten kind of wet and soggy, and moisture has gotten into a lot of the connections.
Yeah.
MMD is high maintenance for sure. How so? Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, the thing is...
you're a high maintenance, Michelle. You are kind of high maintenance. You have your standards.
We all have our standards, absolutely. But as far as the internet goes, guys, our whole world depends on the internet nowadays. And we all know that ever since the internet came out in 1995-96, that we did not know that we were going to be pushing the internet as hard as we do. And now, of course, for foreign entities, like other countries that are not friends with us, they realize the most powerful way to basically knock the Americans on their butts is to basically destabilize their internet connections.
Well, he thinks it's your bad internet.
It does it when I use DuckDuckGo browser when YouTube has blockers. You know, I would say I tried Brave, the Brave browser on my MacBook. It seems to look like it's pretty good. But I don't really feel it's fair because I feel like I'm sending a bad message to the content creators by giving them a finger to the eye and saying, I don't want your advertising revenue to go to you, but that's not what I feel because I'm a content creator myself, and it's like I want to support my people I watch, and I know I did some experiments where I carpet bomb 1 million ads in my videos, and then I have to plow through my own ads. You know, skip. And I'm like, I think I got a little bit too much, Ma. I think I got to cut back my ads. I got your video stream and layout and more franking sucks. Yeah, but you're not the only one that notices it. I do too. I notice it too. But you know, if the internet is acting up, it has nothing to do with me.
I'm gonna put something in the private chat.
All right.
And tell me if you ever heard anyone in this country ever use that term. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a private chat on here?
I love to...
Oh, in call messages.
A little MacBook. Oh, absolutely. If you wanted to get a MacBook, and if you don't really care about being the new Apple Silicon ones,
don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. Have you ever heard anyone in this country ever use that word?
No.
Do they use it in other countries?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you sent me a
there's
word
no way.
in it,
There's no way. If someone spoke to me like that, there's no way that person's from this country, right?
I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah.
Okay, do you see a message in Discord or GoGo? I'll take a look at that in a second on my phone, because I could do that on T-Mobile. And that basically tie up my home internet. So let me take a quick look at the Discord or GoGo and see what's going on here. But the point is that the internet system is kind of meh. Okay, it's just something from Anna's Frank's channel here. Announcements.
I think
Okay.
you've upset Frank.
Just not some
I'm trying
live.
to explain to Frank not to get upset. StreamYard's thing.
Or what?
Yeah,
Because
but
he wanted her to use StreamYards.
Yeah.
And
Frank,
she
you're not
did.
gonna-
And because he wanted to be on screen when he was on panel.
Right, that's fine.
So she
But how
did
can we
what
get
he
him on the
wanted,
panel
and then
when bad people are also taking advantage of it? Somehow they get the link
okay,
even though I
she
didn't publish
had the
it.
screen showing, then she let Noodles up, which she thought was Noodles, with his picture, his name, and it ended up being a BBC.
Right.
And I know that BBC. Well, I know where it came from, so it's
Well,
pretty.
Michelle, why don't you just because this is the secure one, right? That everybody that comes up here, you know.
Everybody says
You
to
can
me
show
already
Frank
that you're
that.
spending too much in subscriptions, and
So,
so
well,
StreamYards is
and
$20
so I was
a
trying
month.
to explain to Frank that that's why, because Michelle, even if Noodles was on panel talking to her, her mind doesn't work quick enough. She would still seen it and gone, "Oh, Noodles, come on up."
Yeah.
And I was
I've
at
seen her do
StreamYards
that.
and Noodles channel a couple times in the MacBook, and
I don't know how to explain it, but that's how her brain works sometimes. So you
Right.
can't say,
Yeah.
make sure it's
There's-
Noodles, because
There's Asperger's, Frank. There's Asperger's. There's legal blindness, and there's hearing loss that you're also dealing with. You know.
Yeah, triple
Yeah,
trouble.
'cause she likes the closed captions. She likes having those.
so
closed
when
captions.
they porn bombed with the BBC, I just yelled at her to
Now,
stop
as
the
long as you're
stream,
using,
get rid of it, and
as long
start
as you're
again.
using
And then he got
Chrome,
mad at her for deleting the stream. It was only like wasn't very long because she just started.
I mean, see, here's the
then he got
thing.
mad
As
at her
long
for
as you're
deleting
using
the
something like
stream.
Google Chrome has its own built-in closed captions, which I'm using in addition to the stream into the Google Meet's closed captions, for two reasons. Number one, the Google Chrome isn't going to pick up on the phone closed captions because we're not using Google Voice anymore. Okay, so when the phone call comes in on the switch, it will come up on the Google Hangouts Google Meets closed captions, but it doesn't come up on the YouTube closed caption data from Chrome. So I have to use both. And also don't forget that with StreamYards, you're still gonna, because you don't want to have a standard account. You're not gonna change it every 20 hours. That's ridiculous. And like Paul pointed out, you're spending enough money on
Frank
subscriptions
wants to be
as
on
it is.
screen all the time, so she can't have Frank on screen all the time.
So I told
And
Frank, if he really
Have
wants,
the panel up.
is I
It's
could
just-
give him his own little private StreamYards if he wants, just for him to sit there all in his little cocoon, just so he can be the thumbnail on the bottom of my screen. Which we could do that. But then again, he's gonna feel kind of lonely. He's gonna be like the Maytag repairman. I'm sitting there by myself. Nobody's coming up to talk to me on my panel. Michelle's having a hard time getting my voice to be heard on her bare audience because Chrome's new API is preventing my voice from being shared to Google Meets people. And I'm sitting here all by my lonesome. I could talk all day. YouTube's audience won't hear it. Michelle will hear it, but the YouTube audience won't hear it. It's a mess. It used to be the way we used to loop back the sound, it would have been better. But also don't forget that if my DSL is working this pokey, like it is right now at 720p. Okay, somebody wants to come up on the panel. It is over there. Got it. I got it. Okay. Go ahead, Frank. How you doing?
Hi. Don't put me on the screen right now.
Yeah, okay, because I can put you on the screen because we know we're in a good panel, right? So, sure, Absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't have a button for that programmed in my Steam Deck, but I will put you on the panel. Hold on a minute here. Screen 3.
But it doesn't matter.
Video capture
your video is one thing,
2.
but
Click on the gear. Select the panel.
don't put me on, Michelle. Don't put me
I'm
on
getting
the video.
it. I'm getting it. Hold your home. Hold your home. Hold your
my
home.
video.
Okay, so there you go. There you go.
Oh,
Hang on
God.
the panel.
I don't want. Well, I don't care about my real name, but still.
All right, so there you are. Now you're on screen.
Hi, Frank.
Michelle, what you're showing?
Irish.
You're showing the stream
How's
link.
everybody doing?
Oh, whoa!
Still ain't cooked my damn
Good,
eggs.
how are you?
Hold on a minute.
I've been working on
Expletives.
this
I
freaking
forgot to
service,
fix that.
network
1
service.
minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to change
Look at all
it.
my time, you know.
Guys, we're gonna,
Michelle's buffering.
Sitting down too much is really bad.
we're gonna
You are
have to.
buffering, Michelle. Badly.
All right, brother. Just me.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have to change the stream link because I accidentally showed the stream link by mistake, guys. And you know what that means, right? That means Yam Ranch and Buddies are gonna probably copy it and spoof everybody. Yeah, but you know what the difference is? Okay, what's that? You know what to do. Oh, yeah, I know what to do. Okay. So, yes, guys, this makes... Frank is there. I just got him on the screen, guys. Okay. Everything is running slow. Frank, I can't do 720p reliably today, right now, with Frontier. I think they're doing something at the phone company, and it's messing up. Maybe all the wires got wet from the rain.
Michelle, you got too many things running at the same time. That's why your computer
No, I'm
is
just running
slowly
the same
shit.
software I'm always running it. I'm also running the stream at 720p as well.
Shit. You got to think Windows open or something. You know, they're using the memory.
I don't have any extra windows.
That's computer too.
I'm running the same software I always run. I just think that I think that this computer is running a little bit on the high side. It might be throttling. You know what I would do?
It's horrible.
Why don't you turn the fans to max, see if we can get the heat down. I'm gonna do that. Let me turn the fans to maximum. Hold on a minute, please. Oh God. There it is. Fan control. Let's set it to full blast. Okay. This should help cool things down, but it's gonna sound like a hurricane in here.
Are we going to explode?
Well, it shouldn't affect you guys, but you might be able to hear all the fans
What
start
the
to
hell
pick
is
up
going
speed. I think the processors are getting a little hot right now.
You need to get some
Because
food.
we're at 65 degrees Celsius. Let's see if we can get this temperatures down a lot. I turned all the fans to maximum speed. So,
Man, I'm tired.
this computer
I
this
speak
computer
anyway. When I'm
really
tired, I
seriously
really
gets
speak,
hot.
so get prepared. But why a lot of people hate me too. I misspoke too many fucking times. But what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna stop broadcasting or doing my thing. That makes me happy, right? So
Temperatures coming down to 63. 62. Temperatures coming down quickly. I mean, right now this thing is working like a friggin' blow dryer. Jeez. Mile walk today.
he's smarter than.
Oh, we'll wait. Okay, cool. Well, you know, Michelle, what if
Michelle, could you take that stupid chat and put it on the right?
put it on the right?
Where the chat actually is on the stream?
You want me to take the chat
Because
off the
otherwise we're on the
screen?
right. Like right now, you're underneath the fucking. Let me see. Your supposedly video is underneath the chat. We can't even
Alright.
see it, even though it's not really moving.
All right, so you want me to take the chat off the screen?
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be hidden by a fucking live chat on the TV. It's on the right, the goddamn chat.
Oh.
I know you have it on the left on your video.
So you want me to get rid of the side chat? Oh, you mean the closed captions?
I'm assuming. I don't even know. I got to figure that out. I never realized that.
Yeah, I can take the closed captions off.
I like gave up. There's too many phones.
Now, identical chats open. on the same screen.
Yeah.
But I mean, she does that for her own reason. I'm not exactly sure why.
Maybe on.
I keep the. Besides the closed captions, I keep the YouTube chat on the screen because some people like to be able to just focus on the Google Hangout screen and not have to try to read the YouTube chat at the same time.
Otherwise, you fuck.
Especially for phones.
People don't listen to me. I got to be rich like Trump and hire people to do what I say when I say it. Then I'll get richer and richer and richer.
Frank, do you have any?
People getting paid? Yeah.
Frank, let me ask you a question. Do you have any experience at all?
This is buffering really bad.
I was gonna say, Frank, do you have any experience at all?
Why is the audio all fucked up now? And then the screen's all fucked up, Michelle. What did you do to your computer? Yeah. This started happening about like a week ago.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Guys, excuse me. Something's going on with my ISP. I don't know what it is. It's something in my ISP is doing something.
Well, didn't someone fuck with you last year? They were like DDoSing you or some shit.
That was definitely bottom.
Right now, my network is throttling something fierce. I'm seeing my speed go all over the planet. It's not a YouTube specific issue. Just accept it as it is, guys. I have no control over this. Except one way I could do is right now, because I'm still streaming, if I try to change any settings right now I'm streaming, it's gonna knock us offline. Okay?
Can you hear me now good? I got my headphones on.
So what I can also do is to give what bits I can. Why don't I just leave the panel, and then after the show's over, I'll come back on the panel. That's what I'm going to do, because there's nothing I can do about it while we're still streaming. So panel, I'm going to let you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to leave the panel for now. I'll be back in a little bit.
I can see what's going on.
Right. We'll see what's going on. So I'm just going to go aside. You guys can talk amongst yourselves, okay? All right. So what's going on, guys, is something in the network is getting really... The Google Meets took all the bits. Google Meets took all the bits because I'm all green again. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Is there any way you could... I mean, because I think something is going on with my network. I really do. Because right now the speed is still jumping all over the place like a Mexican jumping bean. So I definitely think that the rain did mess up, and the heat did mess up my internet connection. Because it's the only thing that makes any sense. Everything else here is the same. There's nothing different. Frank wants to be seen. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But right now, the problem is there's just not enough data going out. Don't stream at 720p tomorrow, Michelle. Okay. Don't stream at 720p. That was a mistake. You don't stream at 720p, it ain't gonna work. Right. Alright, guys. So tomorrow we'll stream at the normal 640 by 360. And I don't know if there's something else. I can also stream using my hotspot. Why don't you do that tomorrow, guys? So Michelle, stream with the hotspot tomorrow. Yeah, it might be easier. Oh, Lummy's not doing it, trust me. Because right now the speed's back to normal. Trying to saturate is 800 kilobits per second? Talk about saturating the network. This is the other reason we need the money, guys, that we use to help pay for the bills. Well, I'm not necessarily being DDoS now, but it definitely is. Internet has been acting spotty for a while now. For last week, it got bad. Last week, it started really going bad. It's not my Tunnel Bear. Tunnel Bear is running, so I know that my VPN's doing its job, but there's something going on with the fiber, with the copper wires. I could certainly restart my router, which would certainly be a good idea anyway. Yeah. So instead of making everybody have to undo internet torture, why don't we just go ahead and wrap it up? Everybody, it's 12:15. No, he looked at it. He couldn't even find out what was wrong with the internet because at the time it was working stellar. Which drove him and me crazy. There's a rule of thumb in the industry which works like this. Noodle Shows probably knows this by heart. It's this. It's hard to diagnose an intermittent problem, but once the problem becomes consistent, then it's easier to sit there and diagnose it. Right, well, we have a better internet. We got my hotspot, which will work. We got the data for it. Yeah, we do. We do. Alright, guys, for now, everybody, I want to say thank you for being here. I know it's kind of abrupt, but like I said, I'm going to get back to the group and talk to them off the stream. So everybody on the stream that's talking to each other, I'll be with you back shortly. For the rest of you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll find out a better solution for the internet thing, because something's going on with my internet provider, it looks like. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.